Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the truth behind the corporate jargon, and today we're diving into ALLETE Incorporated's latest SE filing. Get ready because it seems like there is some big news brewing in the world of utilities and mergers. So what exactly is ALLETE Incorporated up to? Well, their latest report from the 3rd of October 2025 tells a story about a significant step forward in a major business deal they've been working on. It is all about getting the thumbs up from regulators for a merger that could change the company S structure. Let's cut to the chase. On the 3rd of October 2025, ALLETE Inc. announced a key regulatory approval for a proposed merger. This is not just a small announcement, it is a big deal that affects the future of the company and potentially its customers. The Minnesota Public Utilities Commission, also known as the MPUC, held a public hearing and voted in favor of approving what they're calling the merger. Think of the MPUC as the referees for utility companies in Minnesota, ensuring everything is fair and in the public's best interest. Getting their approval is a critical milestone for any major transaction involving a Minnesota-based utility. Now, this merger involves ALLETE Incorporated joining forces with Alloy Parent LLC and its subsidiary Alloy Merger Sub LLC. Essentially, ALLETE will be merging with Alloy Merger Sub, and ALLETE will continue to exist, but as a subsidiary of Alloy Parent. This means ALLETE is going to be owned by a larger entity. This filing is a current report on Form 8K. In simple terms, this is like a headline news alert from a company to the public and the US Securities and Exchange Commission. The CSE, it is required when major events happen that shareholders and investors need to know about right away. ALLETE Incorporated's main stock is its common stock traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol ALE. This is what most investors would be tracking to see how the company is performing. The company issued a press release about this MPUC vote, and they're attaching it as an exhibit to this report. It is important to note that this press release is being furnished, not filed. This means it is for informational purposes and doesn't legally become part of their official filings unless they specifically say it does. This is a common practice to get information out quickly without immediate legal commitment to everything in the release. Now, even though the MPUC has voted in favor, a written order is still expected, and crucially, the deal is not yet done. Several other conditions need to be met before this merger is officially complete. Think of it like getting a conditional building permit. You have approval, but you still need to fulfill all the requirements before you can start construction. The report also includes a standard section called forward-looking statements. This is a legal protection for the company where they warn investors that statements about the future are just predictions and actual results could be very different. They mention risks like if the conditions for the merger are not met or if regulatory approvals come with unexpected demands. This is a heads up that while today's news is good, there are still hurdles ahead. Looking at ALLETE's overall situation, this merger represents a significant strategic move. For utility companies, growth often comes through acquisitions or by expanding into new energy sectors. By becoming a subsidiary of Alloy Parent, the company is likely seeking access to more capital or different expertise to navigate the evolving energy landscape, which is increasingly focused on renewable energy and grid modernization. The date of this report, the 3rd of October 2025, is important because it marks the specific event being reported, the MPUC's vote. This type of timely disclosure is vital for maintaining investor confidence and ensuring transparency in the market. Finally, the report is signed by Colin B. Anderson, the Vice President, Chief Accounting Officer, and Controller. This signature confirms that the information presented has been reviewed and approved internally by key financial and accounting personnel. Now let's look at the bigger picture. This merger approval from the MPUC is a major green light for ALLETE. It signals that at least one key regulator sees the proposed transaction as being in the public interest. This often involves assessing how the merger will impact rates for consumers' reliability of service and the overall economic health of the region. For ALLETE, it means they are one step closer to achieving a potentially transformative change in their corporate structure. However, the emphasis on certain closing conditions and waiting for a written order means the deal is far from being finalized. Investors will be closely watching for any further developments and ensuring that ALLETE properly discloses any new information that could affect the deal's completion. The company's strategy here seems to be positioning itself for future growth, perhaps by being part of a larger, more diversified energy group. The risks are clear. They revolve around regulatory finalization and market conditions, but the immediate hurdle of MPUC approval has been cleared. This is a positive step, but the journey is not over yet. Alright, that is our breakdown of ALLETE Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on this merger news, and what do you think it means for the future of ALLETE? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.